Welcome and welcome back, Changemakers. If you're new here, hello. My name is Kyra Siva. I am a spiritual mentor and healer, and today this is for my entrepreneurs. We are going to get guidance on your business. Whoop, whoop. Before we dive into that, if you are interested in developing your spiritual life to an even deeper level, join me over on Patreon every month on the third Saturday at 11 a.m. I host a live Q&A. This upcoming month, I will be talking about 4 different types of consciousness that are inside of you, and I'm going to take you through a super safe and fun and accessible way of actually experiencing those different consciousnesses and really helping you understand, okay, what is the difference between when my heart is speaking and my intuition? What is the mind and what is the witness? So it's going to be really, really fun. You can check out the link in the description for Patreon. Come join me over there. We're going to have a great time. And if you'd like to dive deeper into your personal life, your personal issues, I do offer personal readings. The link is in the description for that as well. All right. Pile number 1, number 2, and number 3. Connect with your intuition. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And we'll get started with pile number 1. Pile number 1. All right, pile number 1. This is for you as an entrepreneur. This is guidance on your business. Pile number 1, you have a great reading. I am very excited to be reading for you today. So let's just dive into your guidance cards and also this Divine Feminine card. When I was looking at this card, what really stood out to me is I love every inch of my body. So your very first message about your business is about being so fully present in the moment and enjoying the process, enjoying the little things, enjoying being on the journey. It's really about being present. It's about being grounded, and it's about understanding your ability as a creator in the world. What can you push that moves? What can you pull that will come towards you? What can you create with these 2 beautiful hands that you have? You have really, really, really good things coming. The success you were hoping for in your business, your potential you were hoping for. It's like if you knew that you were a giant fireplace and finally that little light that you had started to start the fire is finally taking hold with the other logs. Like your fire is about to just whoosh, really, really light up, which is so great because it provides warmth and the ability to cook nourishing foods and the ability to bring light into situations. Down here in your guidance cards, this is really about you actually starting to deeply appreciate your potential. And I know for tons of entrepreneurs, it's like you're in like the yo-yo, the back and forth, where you're like, yeah, I can do anything. And then the next day is like, nothing's working. Who am I? Why am I? I'll never do it. And then, the next day you're like, no, okay, I'm going to get back up. I've taken some defeats, but I'm not going to get knocked down forever. I'm going to get back up and do this thing. And what you're doing is actually coming out of that yo-yo space and starting to have that deep reserve of self-worth and grounded self-love, where you're like, you know what, actually, I do have what it takes, and I can see the way through, and I can build this. We have up here in this Temperance and 2 of Pentacles that's really about your ability to not only juggle your emotions, but to handle life's tasks. And you see how content and peaceful they look? You finally getting it down. It's like if you were, I'll use my channel as an example, right? It took me a while to be able to post 2 times a week. And honestly, the last couple of weeks, it's been really hard for me to get that second video out. And so, you are having to get into those rhythms, but you are also getting into those rhythms, right? Just like for me, yeah, okay, I missed a couple of weeks, but I have that rhythm inside of me, and I know it's what I need to do, and I know it's what I'm going to do. So it's not something that I have to sit there and plan and be like, oh my God, like how many YouTube videos am I going to do this week? It's like, no, I know I'm going to post one on Sunday. I'm going to post one on Thursday. And even if I've had life happen on the last few weeks, I know I'll get back into my rhythm because that's my routine. So you've built yourself healthy routines and healthy patterns. And ultimately, you've been able to harness the enthusiasm, the excitement, the ideas. You've had all these ideas. You've had all of this passion. And finally, this passion and this fieriness is being grounded into practical steps in a way that is so routine and habitual that it's creating success in your life. It's creating success in your business. So whatever you've been doing in your business, keep doing it, because you are on the brink of very, very good and powerful and wonderful things. Now, I am filming this the day after we just had a lunar eclipse. So this is a full moon eclipse. We're at the new moon time, but we have these two really full moons here. So eclipse seasons, or the eclipse, depending on your astrology, may be treating you really, really well, or that may be an important time where you're getting breakthroughs, is through the eclipse energy, or you'll see positive shifts or positive perception shifts, or the most wonderful feeling you can have as an entrepreneur of when things just start working out and falling into place, and you're like, oh, like I actually knew I had good plans and those plans are actually working. It's like when you move past that self-sabotage and into the space of being like, this is just the new normal. You have so much luck on your side. You have so much abundance on your side. You have this full moon and this full moon, and even within the psychic, there is a full moon. Like this looks like a full moon to me. And that's really saying that you were in a time of completion of those initial stages. You were in a time of completion of just getting yourself going and getting yourself out there. And if you're growing your business, this is a really positive indicator that you are growing towards your goals and the success that you have. The blessing that has come into your reading today is improved psychic abilities, which is really cool. So this could be you having a really open crown chakra and getting amazing downloads, insights, and ideas. It could be you when you're speaking with your clients and your customers and you're looking at the data for your customers. It's you being able to feel into that. It's like you're like, oh, I see these patterns here. I understand that when clients are giving me this feedback and the data looks this way, that they really like this stuff and this is the most useful thing for them. It's like you are looking at that stuff in an analytical way, and then your intuition, your higher self kicks in and gives you extra depth and juice to what you're looking at. I also love that you have this very lucky full moon in Sagittarius that says, look at the bigger picture. This to me just is like a giant red ball of luck. Like you have so much passion, and that luck is going straight up into your psychic abilities. So your ability to see the bigger picture, your ability to grasp. It's like if you were in an industry and you're looking at industry data, you know so much about the rest of the industry news. You know so much about the way that that particular area of life, like the game of that system is played. You have all of these other bigger pieces. And so when you look at data, you don't just see the numbers on the sheet. You see a story being told. You understand an evolution of that industry. You understand an evolution of the people within that industry, which is really freaking cool. So whatever specialty that you have, You can see the trends happening. You can see, this is the trajectory of where we're going, or you are getting the divine downloads of saying, you're in a system that needed a change maker to reimagine what that can look like so that it serves a similar purpose for the people, but does that in a much more effective and robust and healthy way for them, which is absolutely needed and incredible. The other really nice thing that I like up here is that we have this balance of elements. Now, I talked about this in my last month's Patreon. There are 5 different elements, and they are represented here. So we have earth. I guess we don't have fire here. We'll call the moonlight fire. We have earth. We have fire from the sun reflecting off of the moon. We have air up here in the clouds, water, and then space represented with the stars. And then these trees. One of the best things you can ever do for yourself is really integrate nature. I am really feeling like this card is actually a call from the goddess of earth, the spirit of earth, the land beneath our feet, the living, vibrantly alive being that we all live on, to really tap into this wisdom, because you're getting direct benefit from the earth. You're getting direct, they only want to say benefit. You're getting the benefit from the planet. And that might look like a lot of different things, but it really is this invitation of saying, look towards nature to help you grow into your next steps. Look towards how the ecosystems are balanced. Look towards the balance of these elements, for some reason, is really important. It's like your business is, if you were to imagine your business as a landscape, say you go into the mountains and you've got these huge, beautiful snow-capped mountains, and the air is crisp and clean and fresh, and the sunlight is pouring down on you, and it feels so warm. And then you smell the sweet pollen of flowers, and you look across the field, and in between these 2 large mountainscapes is just a field of flowers. All different colors, the whites, the purples, the reds, the blues. Some are tall like larkspurs, some are little like little clovers. And through that all, there is a stream running, and it is glistening. The water is glistening from the sunlight. That's your business. That's what your organization is. So look at, where do you get the fire in your business? Where does your inspiration come from? Where do you get the water in your business? How does the money flow through it? Where do you get the field of flowers and plants and animals? Those are the people who come and habitate and like use your services and learn to grow and like are with you in this journey. Where are your mountains? Like, what legal structures do you have? What, like accountants and attorneys, what support system do you have to hold your business into place? So it's looking at your business like it is a natural landscape, and really considering, how do you guys communicate? How do you get your name out there on the wind, right? So it's this very attuned way of looking at your business, and then you can see, okay, where in my landscape is really flourishing, and like, where's the part that needs more love and help and support. Overall, I feel like the guidance here is for you to appreciate what you have built and appreciate the beauty of what you have built, because it has come such a long ways. And even if you feel like there's a longer ways to go, just know that you are absolutely on the right track. Okay, pile number 1. If you like this reading, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. Join me over on Patreon for a free live on April 19th at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And if you want to get a personal reading, link is in the description. Until next time, pile number 1, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. Pile number 2. All right, pile number 2. This is for you, entrepreneurs. guidance for your business. Pile number 2, your overarching message is one of doing the inner work. So sometimes obviously we have to do both at the same time. Sometimes the emphasis is more on the external work, and sometimes it's more on the inner work. This is a reading that is really pointed towards working on the inner space, your beliefs, your limiting beliefs, and your energy that you're putting into your business. Pile number 2, I almost said pile number 3, so maybe there'll be some connections with that. If you feel inspired, check that one out too. Pile number 2, let's start down here with your guidance cards. So you have the Hawaiian monk seal, which is really about connecting with your ancestry and ancient wisdom. And then the pearl oyster is really about allowing yourself to grow through the layers and allowing that pearl of wisdom, that pearl of truth, that pearl of who you are to come to the surface. Just with this part of your reading alone, the guidance with your business is to continue to do that deep dive. This almost feels like generational curse breaking, generational trauma breaking. Like if you've come from difficult circumstances, you're the first one in your family that's going to have a multi-million-dollar business, right? Or your own business. If your family has operated in a business or look at the relationship, your family line and the community that you've grown up around and that you are currently surrounded by. Look at their relationship to work, to career, to finances, to business. It's almost like somebody in your sphere has been holding you back. And you have to be able to identify when is the time to keep people in your life and when is the time to cut them loose. And the thing that you want to focus on down here is really about your growth. So I'm never like, go get rid of everybody. It's like you need to strategically really look at who in my life is really investing in me and helping me grow. And this could be business relationships. It almost feels like personal or romance. Like sometimes people have partners that they don't say it out loud, but they really don't want their partners to succeed. And so they do all of these things, like take up all of your emotional space and use up all of your emotional labor and cause a lot of drama so that you're constantly thinking on them versus being able to take care of your business. It's really about figuring out what and who in your life is helping you break through to those new levels and who is so uncomfortable with you changing that they are going to try to consciously or unconsciously keep you the same. Some of the toughest people to deal with in life are those people that we love and adore, and they love you just the way they are, and it's not always malicious. It's just they don't want change, or they know that the change in your relationship means a big change in your guys' relationship. We do have a lot of Lakshmi coming in. So it's like you have to be able to face the change. I'm getting the word dread. I don't know why. Maybe dread is important for you, but in order to have this abundance, you have to go through the change. And that's probably where the dread is coming up, which is like, I don't want to have to face this. I don't want to have to cut people out of my life. I don't want to have to enforce boundaries. It doesn't always feel good. Like sometimes the people that we need to let go are the ones that we love, but just like aren't helping. And that's, if this part of the message resonates with you, really look at that. It could also be your own limiting beliefs. It could also be the generational patterns that have been handed down to you, and you're the that stops with you because lucky you get to be the curse breaker, because who wants to share that to the next part of the generation? Nobody. We don't want to do that. In this introspection, as you go inside and as you really identify the patterns, identify the people, identify the beliefs and the behavior, man, it just really feels like a person. I want to say it's a romantic connection, but that's not going to be for all of you. Some of it will be like It will be like generational trauma. Go into your internal space. You will have this abundance with your business. You have the passion, you have the devotion, you even have the friendship. Like, you see how there's a couple of people really holding her up? You do have people that really support you and believe in you, but it's like you have to go inside and find those parts of you that are self-sabotaging in order for you to move on. A good example of this would be you were in a previous relationship where somebody told you weren't good enough in all of the millions of ways that we get told we're not good enough. And so that voice is living in your head now. And so when you went to start your business, to grow your business, to hit that next level, you still have that voice in your head that's telling you weren't good enough, that you weren't worth that amount. And we have these new moons right here. So this is a time, I normally associate this with new beginnings, but this feels like introspection. This feels like looking at that and saying, who is the voice that's trying to hold me down? And acknowledging that voice, releasing that voice. You know, you can meditate, you could do energy clearing, you could do journaling, you could write it out on a piece of paper and light it on fire in a super safe way. You could sit in nature and, you know, talk to the nature if you're out in some nice wooded area and just sit there and tell the trees or the rocks or the plants, like, here's all, you could trauma dump on the trees. I would do that. That sounds like a great idea. But you can just go out and be with nature and share your problems, your worries, your introspective ideas with nature. There is an importance to expressing somehow. Expression gets the energy out of you. Expression gets the energy out of you. It is really helpful if you do have like an actual person to talk to and they can give you validation and reflective listening, which might be your friends that are helping lift you up. But also, I will go talk to trees. That sounds like a great time. It's really about being able to express it and feeling valid and heard and seen. Your spirit guides obviously are a great resource for that as well. And ultimately, as this introspection happens, you're going to be clearing this path. But they really, like, the guidance really is, you have to clear out this layer of limiting, it's not even limiting beliefs. It feels like self-sabotage, but it's like not self. It's like somebody else is sabotaging you. Maybe not maliciously. Maybe for a couple of you, yeah, maliciously, but maybe not maliciously. It's just sometimes people don't like change, or sometimes people didn't see your value, and instead of you feeling still powerful in that moment and being like, I do not accept that, it was somebody you loved and cared about, and they said something to you that just really left an impact. And that's what you need to do for your business. You need to heal that impact part. You need to heal that part of you that wound up feeling small and vulnerable and not good enough and not powerful enough and not enough, right? Not enough to continue on your business. That is the key to unlocking this abundance. And you have, like I said, you have plenty of firepower in there. You have plenty of inspiration. So just focus on clearing that out, and then you can let the light through. You can let the abundance in. Okay, pile number 2. If you like this message, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. Join me over on Patreon for our live Q&A on Saturday, April 19th at 11 a.m. And if you want a personal reading, check out the link in the description. Until next time, pile number 2, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. Pile number 3. All right, pile number 3, this is guidance for all my entrepreneurs out there for your business. Pile number 3, you have an interesting reading. So there's like 2 different elements going on. It's like you're overcoming something that has been a big challenge for you. And I really wouldn't be surprised if you came to this reading with a particular issue in mind. You're like, how am I going to break through this? How am I going to get past this? What is the root cause of this? It's very contemplative. And sometimes with business, it's your interior landscape that is making the blocks and blessings within your business. So let's dive in to what's here. We have this really positive forward movement overall. So good news, if you came here to know if a breakthrough is going to happen or some positive momentum is going to happen, yes it is. You have a win-win forecast. Outcome is forecasted, and full moon in Libra. You've got this Knight of Swords, the King of Swords. And it's interesting because this Knight of Swords is so fast, and it is just jutting straight to this King of Swords. And both of these two are really looking at this demanding card. And demanding is really about being too stubborn and obstinate and hypercritical, like perfectionism. It's like putting up too many demands on people, on yourself, on life. It's running a tight ship, but almost strangling the people in the process, or yourself in the process. And I can tell that you've been, nothing does personal growth like being an entrepreneur, because you are constantly faced with your crap. So the good news of that is that even if you've had this like perfectionism, like if you get analysis paralysis, right? Like you learn the new business stuff, but you aren't implementing it because you're too much in your head. This is saying that you're going to have really positive breakthroughs mentally. And that ultimately you're going to get over this. And the things that you've put too much focus on being too stubborn on, sometimes with business, like you have to just be flexible. You have a vision one way and like execution does not happen that way. And so it's a journey, right? And that can be hard. It can be disappointing. It can be kind of scary, and you can feel like you're losing control. Ultimately, what the guidance is that you don't need to worry so much. You don't need to have so much anxiety. You don't need to control so hard. You're moving into this beautiful space where I can tell you've built your business very strategically. You've thought about it a lot. Like, you are my analysis group. You are the kind that has like poured over every word of everything that you feel like you needed to know. You've planned a lot. You've sat and contemplated a lot. It's like you haven't fully taken action. You've been really in your head about things. And so your guidance is to make this connection between your head and your heart. You've been really good about being in your head. Now it's time to pull that energy down into your heart space, down into your body. You have this presence of the divine feminine. At the center of everything, there is light. I am that light. This is like Shakti energy. This is the energy of the part of life that animates life. And the invitation from the Shakti of life is to make a line from your head to your heart. Connect those two spaces. In order to get out of the head and out of the paralysis, you have to balance it and temper it with what does your heart desire? What feels good? We have even this balance in the Libra, right? It's like business isn't all about mental strategy. Business is also about making a business that feels good to live in. You are going to be doing this business for a while. It is taking up your time, your energy, and your resources. And what is it giving back to you? How does it fill your heart cup? And you've got it here. The thing that I love about these two cards is you've got the turtle card is the representation of bridging the line between the mind and the heart. The turtle is looking at the bird flying. So your consciousness is developed enough. Your awareness is developed enough. Your intuition is developed enough. You have a higher perspective and wisdom about life. You do see things. You are accurate in what you're reading and you're understanding and you're seeing. And it's really about, if you're going to be able to have these big perceptions, then that means you can fly. It means you can fly. This bird does not have a parachute on it. This bird does not have 16 backup plans. This bird is flying out over the cliffs, enjoying the sun sparkling off the water. As you connect your heart to your mind, as you allow your heart and the passion from your heart to motivate action, that's how you get through this breakthrough in your business. That's how you get over this over-controlling. You are thinking about it way too much and not living into your dream. Not allowing your heart to be so full that it automatically pulls you towards the things that you want. And that's okay, because we've all been there. We all do that. We're all entrepreneurs. I'm sitting here in the choir, sharing this message and receiving this message at the same time. And that's where this energy of Shakti comes in. That's this energy of light. So your heart is a type of compass. Your heart is a space where your soul speaks to you. Your heart is the thing that makes you an agent of change. It allows you to feel so inspired and allows you to feel, where am I connected to love? Which relationships fill me up? Which work does my heart just settle with in the most lovely and content way, where it's like, oh, it purrs. It's like your heart purrs when you're doing the right kind of work in the world, because it's so satisfying. So yes, you will get the mental breakthroughs that you need, and more importantly, you're going to get the heart breakthroughs that you need to be really reconnected with your mission, your vision, the people that you serve. Maybe you serve planets, the planets. Hello, astrologers, and astronomers. The people, the planet, the earth, the animals, the plants. The plants is what I was trying to say. But it's about being reconnected to why you're even doing it in the first place. Like, look how loving. Well, this is a pink card. That's why I'm saying look how loving. Look how full and loving this heart is. Look how full and loving this moon energy is. So come out of your mind, get into that heart space, and really allow that to have a voice in the conversation. If you notice yourself getting too heady, all of them, bring it down. Just breathe. Like, literally just use breath and imagine that awareness coming all the way down and being really focused on your heart, and then listening to your heart space. Just listen. And if you want extra credit points, you can write it down in a journal, anything that you get, or in your whatever Notion or Notepad or anything, you can write down the messages that you receive from your heart. But you have to listen to your heart to be able to get that. Okay, pile number 3. Your breakthrough's coming. Your breakthrough's coming. You got this. I believe in you. Okay. There we go, pile number 3. If you like this reading, give me a like and subscribe. Don't forget to join me over on Patreon this month of April. On the 19th, I am talking about 4 different types of consciousnesses. We're taking you through a super safe and welcoming, fun exploration of actually experiencing different consciousnesses so that you can live a more empowered life, and ultimately so that when you reach out to life, life reaches back to you and you get to experience it, because it's so good. Also, if you are interested in a personal reading, link is in the description. Until next time, pile number 3, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day.